I don't want to hurt you, but if you keep this up, you leave me no choice. Fool, don't think you're superior to me. I'll show you the vast difference between us. Baby increased his power, surprising Goku, who was struck countless times by the subject until receiving a massive attack that formed a great explosion in the sky. Through the smoke of the explosion, Goku began to fall, and Baby went after him at high speed to continue his attack. But when he was in front of Goku, he stopped his attack, and in his Super Saiyan God form, he stared intently at the subject. I warned you, now it's my turn to attack. Goku lunged at Baby, who, in a matter of minutes, received the beating of his life. To finish it, Goku launched a Kamehameha, which hit Baby head-on, leaving him severely wounded as he fell to the ground, defeated. Goku also descended and, standing in front of him, said, I've spared your life this time, but if I see you again, you won't be so lucky. Goku. Baby got up, and as he escaped, he said, This won't end like this. Soon, you will know true hell. The boy and his mother, seeing that Baby was gone, approached Goku and thanked him for his help. You're amazing. You defeated that guy so quickly. When I grow up, I want to be as strong as you. If you train hard, you'll make it. You're not from around here, are you? It's the first time I've seen you. No, I'm from a planet called Earth and, well, not really sure what I'm doing here. At that moment, Goku's stomach growled. I see you're hungry. Let's go inside my house as a thank you for what you did for us. See what us. I'll prepare something for you to eat. Goku accepted and went inside with them, spending a good time where Goku learned everything that was happening in that place. I see. So that guy enslaves you all. That's right. That's why my son and I escaped from that place, although unfortunately, my husband couldn't escape and was arrested. That's why I want to get strong, so one day I can save my father. Don't worry, I will help you. Tell me in which direction that castle is. I'll go right now, but it's very dangerous. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Well, I appreciate it. The lady pointed Goku toward the place and showed him a photo of her husband, to which the Saiyan determined would leave the house to head there, only to run into another being outside, but this one looked much more powerful than the first. According to Bai's descriptions, you must be that guy he fought. You don't look very strong, but I have orders to take you to my king, so I won't let my guard down. Goku would think of a plan in that instant and would let himself be taken without resisting. I'll go with you. Just let them stay here. Fine, I like making deals. For this time, I'll let them stay, but I will return. So you'd better not be here by the time the creature returns. After saying that, he would take Goku away in chains. Minutes later, they would arrive at the kingdom, where Goku would notice some very strong presences. This whole place is surrounded by very powerful beings, but I can still handle them. What worries me are those 5 strong presences coming from that castle. Upon reaching the castle, he would enter and be taken to the main hall, where he would come face to face with the king of the place and, next to him, 4 very strong individuals. So you're that guy who defeated Baby. At first glance, you don't look strong. You are the king of this place. Your voice doesn't sound anything like the voice from last time. So it wasn't you. What the hell are you saying? Forget it. Well, I want to tell you that if I came here, it's so you release all those people you have against their will. The being that brought Goku to that place would throw a punch at him and say, Worm, watch your words. Goku would take the hit without receiving any damage, and in doing so he would break the chains and, expelling a strong gust of wind, would send almost all the warriors of the castle flying, with only the king and his 4 guards left standing. You are really strong, but who are you to come here and give orders? At that, from different places, various beings would launch their attacks against Goku, who would dodge them with great skill, causing them to strike each other and eliminating them in the process. Yes, you're skillful. Those were high-level warriors. Now I'm really annoyed, Dido. And you too, Bido? Give him a beating. The 2 beings obeyed and attacked Goku, who defended himself against a double kick, but the momentum sent him flying out of the castle. Bido and Bujin continued their assault, throwing countless punches at Goku, who was forced to use Super Saiyan Blue to counter their attacks. His power rose significantly. What an interesting guy. Goku, to avoid hurting the innocent people in the kingdom, flew away at high speed, followed by Bido and Bujin, who caught up and struck him, sending him crashing to the ground. Even if you try to escape, you won't succeed. I wasn't escaping. This place is perfect. The innocent won't get hurt here. At that moment, Goku increased his blue power further and attacked the two who began to feel cornered by the Saiyan's olden strength. The king, by name, would say. So he had more hidden power. Now I'm not so sure who might win. Bojack, Sangya, you go too. The remaining two warriors joined the fight, catching Goku off guard and beginning to attack him repeatedly. For several seconds, Goku was at the mercy of those four warriors. But just when they thought victory was assured, Goku activated Ultra Instinct in its perfect form, managed to break free, and knocked them out in a matter of seconds. Witnessing this, Bojack said, Well, you never cease to surprise me. I didn't expect such a massive power increase. You've realized this fight is pointless, so I assume you'll do as I asked. Don't make me laugh. Did I ever say I would give up? I congratulate you on your power, but now you will see mine. Bojack immediately unleashed his power to the maximum. Lightning fell upon him as a great aura surrounded him. Watching in surprise, Goku said, What the heck? He has impressive power. In milliseconds, Goku took a punch to the face, which he couldn't dodge even with Ultra Instinct. He immediately received another one, and just as he was about to take a third, he managed to dodge and counterattack with a kick that pushed Bojack back a bit. Is that all you've got? I expected more. Bojack resumed the attack, beginning to fight Goku at high speed. For several minutes, both gave it their all, but one thing was evident. Goku was losing, taking far more hits than he was landing. Goku would find himself cornered for a moment when, for a few seconds, he remembered his family and friends perishing at the hands of Beerus and opening. Bojack took advantage of to cause him as much damage as possible. Upon recovering, Goku would move away from Bojack, and looking at him from afar would think, I shouldn't have let my guard down. Now I'm worse off than before. Even though his power exceeds mine, I'm sure I can win, but for that, I need to land a good attack, so I'll give everything I have for this. At that instant, Goku would prepare a powerful Kamehameha with the energy he had left, while Bojack would do the same upon seeing Goku's intentions. See? In seconds, both had their attacks ready, but to Bojack's surprise, Goku was no longer in front of him, he was behind him, where, without giving him time for anything, he launched his Kamehameha, creating a massive explosion, the result of which would be seen once it dissipated. Bojack would still be standing, but in an extremely bad state, while Goku floated in the sky. I failed. He managed to withstand my attack. Even so, he is very wounded. I must take advantage. Goku would go after Bojack, but halfway there, he would be stopped by a technique from the four warriors in Bojack's service. Father, come on, my king, now is the time. Get revenge for what this guy did to you. I thank you. You were truly a great rival. No one had ever left me in such a state, and now I will destroy you, so this is forgotten. Bojack would embrace Goku while squeezing him tightly with all the strength he had left. Screams were heard in the area, making this a heartbreaking scene. Goku was about to lose until a flashback of his family and friends revitalized him, and he instantly broke free from Bojack and the Four Warriors technique, and realizing this, they would attack the Saiyan, but he would eliminate them with a single blow. Surprised, Bojack would back away, but without realizing it, Goku would pierce through him and by channeling energy into him would make him explode. After that, Goku would fall to the ground unconscious, and hours later he would wake up seeing the boy and his mother in front of him. What happened? Goku would ask. Did you manage to finish them off? You are a hero. Me? But when? Don't you remember anything at all? I don't remember the very end clearly. Well, anyway, thanks to you, the whole village is free now. We are grateful to you. It's nothing. Come, I want to introduce you to my father. Goku would stand up and accompany them, being recognized by the people and having a good time with them. But then in the middle of the celebration, he would disappear and reappear in another place, remaining completely confused. Now what will happen this time? Just then a door would open and a subject with the silhouette of a Namidian would appear from it. Hey, cool. Are you perhaps from planet Namek? Hello, let me introduce myself. Son Goku. My name is Zarama. Nice to see you. That voice. You are that guy who spoke to me that one time. That is correct. It is me. So I passed the test. Well, obviously. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. Tell me something. Was all of that real? Of course it was. Everything you experienced was a creation of mine specifically designed for you. But to what end? To prove that I was not wrong. I don't understand what you could have been wrong about. About training your son Goku. You are going to train me, but for what reason? Because you are the only one who can defeat Archon. Archon, and who is that guy? Archon is a very ancient and very powerful being who was sealed several million years ago. And if he is sealed, what does he have to do with this? He has a lot to do with it. Archon managed to break the seal and now he is free. And how did he do it? Well, you see, I found out about this recently, millions of years ago. When Archon was being sealed, he detached a part of his soul, which over time formed a body. And once formed, he spent hundreds of years looking for a way to break the seal that held his real body prisoner. Then, recently, when the Tournament of Power happened, he sensed in you, Son Goku, the blood of the second strongest warrior to ever exist. And that is when everything started. Archon gathered the gods of destruction and ordered Beerus to capture you. And, well, in your last fight with Beerus, Archon, with the help of another god of destruction, managed to take some of your blood, and with that, he managed to break the seal with that. So indirectly, because of me, that being is free. In short, yes. Damn, I understand everything now. For that reason, Beerus attacked me and destroyed the Earth. That is why, Son Goku, you are here. The Angel Whis managed to realize everything and told the Grand Priest, and he was the one who sent you to my dimension. And what happened to those two? Are they okay? They died. Goku, upon hearing that, would be left in shock, and after a few seconds would say, But how did that happen? Watch. Zarama would raise his hand and place it on Goku's head. Flashback, hours ago. The war between the angels and gods was reaching its peak. Several angels were falling defeated. Only a few managed to remain standing. Daishinkan could not believe what he was seeing. How the strongest beings were falling defeated. In an instant, the Grand Priest would be grabbed by the head and slammed into the ground. Followed by that, while on the ground, he received several kicks from Archon, who laughing would say, Come on, Daishinkan, I know you can give more. Use your abilities and give me a good hit. The Grand Priest would manage to move away with difficulty and, while watching Archon, would think, I didn't remember Archon being this strong. I am truly powerless to do anything. I hope the Omni Kings have already managed to hide and activate their power. If so, I think I did a good job. Archon, as he approached Daishinkan, would say, I see you've reached your limit. What a disappointment. Now that I am free, I wanted to have a good fight. I suppose Zeno-sama will give it to me. Anyway, your time has come. Of all the angels, only 4 remain standing. I only have a little energy left, and I will make the most of it. Daishinkan would think, then say, I admit you are strong, Archon, but remember, even the strong lose, and your time to lose will come soon. Don't talk nonsense, Daishinkan. I don't see myself losing to anyone. I know that will happen for now. I'll leave this last one so you won't forget me. What are you plotting? What do you think? Are you actually thinking? In that instant, a shout saying, angelic explosion would cause an explosion to occur, which being extremely precise, would only cause damage within a 100-kilometer radius, causing several gods of destruction to fall wounded but alive thanks to Archon, who, upon seeing what happened, would laugh and say, What a good move, Daishinkan, but it's a pity you died. But it's a pity you died. After that, Archon would leave the place along with all the gods of destruction, and thus his plan would begin. End of flashback. As you see, in the end, the Grand Priest sacrificed himself, but even so, Archon survived. Goku, while clenching his fists, would say, That bastard, because of him, Whis died. Grand Priest. Whis, I promise your sacrifice will not be in vain. Now what do you intend to do, Son Goku? I am determined to train with you, but would it be too much to ask if you tell me a little about how everything that exists began? I want to know what I will be facing and why I am as special as you say. Fine, pay attention. This goes back before the creation of everything. Zenozama's father was the only living being in existence, and to have company, he decided to create me, and then I suggested he create more life. That was when the first 3 universes were born. What do you mean by the first 3 universes? Well, you see, before the 18 universes that Zeno-sama governed, there were 3 initial ones created by Zeno-sama's father, In them, there existed very powerful races, and they were watched over by me, by Xenosama's father, and by the first Saiyan, and Yamoshi. Yamasi, who is he? Yamoshi was the first Saiyan and the second strongest being to have ever existed. And what happened to him? Sometime after his creation and the creation of the three universes, since there was no balance in the universes, Yamoshi was corrupted by the evil energies that existed, and since Yamoshi had a somewhat wild nature, he was easily manipulated by those energies. So he became an evil being. That is correct. Although that happened after the birth of Xenosama and the creation of Archon, and how did they realize that Yamoshi was evil? When he destroyed the first three universes and tried to eliminate Zenohashtina, Archon stopped him and faced him. Wait, so Archon was good? He was. Then what happened? When Yamoshi was eliminated by Xenosama's father, the same energies that corrupted Yamoshi entered into Archon, and that is why sometime later he was sealed away by Zenosama, the Grand Priest, and me. I see. And what happened to Xenosama's father? Sometime later he died from the wounds he suffered against Yamoshi. How unfortunate that Yamoshi was very strong. He was, so much so that his blood reincarnated into another being. I mean you, Son Goku, that is why you are special. Thank you for telling me all of that. Now I understand everything. Well then, what do you say? Shall we begin your training? Of course. By the way, what happened to the kings of everything? They are in a good place. You will learn about them later, huh? Now follow me. Goku would follow Zarama to a special room. What is this place? It is very large, and besides, I feel an enormous gravitational force. We are in another dimension, and as you noticed, its gravity is very strong. But that is not all. Here, time also passes faster. Wow, that is incredible. It reminds me of the hyperbolic time chamber on Earth. So, you are already familiar with places like this? Anyway, here we will conduct the first phase of your training. First phase, what do you mean by that? You see, your training will be divided into 3 phases. The first will be in this dimension to raise your power and physical strength to a level you never imagined. The second phase will take place elsewhere and focus on training your mind and spirit. Finally, the last phase will be to see if you are ready to face Archon Ice. Wow, it sounds complicated, but exciting at the same time. How about we start? Of course, that is what we will do. At that moment, Zarama would raise his hand and make Goku's clothing increase greatly in weight, so much so that the Saiyan would fall to the ground, unable to bear it. Damn, I can't move my body. I have increased the weight of your clothes. I will do it from time to time. So your first step is to master the current weight. This is very difficult, but I will do it. Goku would slowly manage to stand up and then say, "All right, I did it. Well done. By the way, you must not transform at any time. It is part of this training. This way it will be much more difficult." That is the important thing. By the way, tell me something. You manifest your maximum power with Ultra Instinct, right? You are correct. Well, you must stop using that power. But for what reason? Ultra Instinct is a technique that does not go with Saiyans as it suppresses their true power. On the contrary, that blue form you use is a better option, so you had better perfect that form. Damn, and I thought Ultra Instinct was the best. One more thing, look at your lower back. Goku would listen and look, surprised to see his tail again. It's my tail, but how did it grow back? I did it. But for what reason? It is very necessary if you want to acquire the true power of your race. Now let's stop talking and start this once and for all. At that instant, Goku's training would begin. Meanwhile, in the realm of all, Archon was sitting on a throne staring into nothingness when Beerus and several other gods appeared. I imagine if you are before me, it is because you have good news. I regret to say no, my lord. Look, we have searched every corner of the realm of all, and there is no trace of the Omni Kings. Damn it, where the hell could they have gone? I have already sent the other gods to search throughout the 12 universes. We will have news soon. Good, I hope so. By the way, what happened with the angels who managed to escape? 3 of the 4 have been found and eliminated as ordered. Only 1 remains. Who is that? It is Whis, who was my attendant angel. I see. When you find him, bring him here. I want to know if he is hiding any secret that might interest me. Very well, my lord, we will do so. After that, 5 months passed to where the 12 universes were